Okay, so we're going to select a design now. And one of the things I want to show you, this is the embroidery collection, the sampler book that comes with your machine. And it's kind of important to look at it when you're planning to select a design from the machine. It's got this wonderful key in the front that shows you what the icons are for, or the symbols are for different types of specialty embroidery that are included on your machine. And so this is for eyelet embroidery, pop-up embroidery, cut work, applique, freestanding design, and so on. So that gives you a clue as to the kinds of things you need to do for setup. And then also another nice thing about the sampler book is that it shows you the height and width of each design, how many stitches are in it, whether there's applique, so this one's machine applique, and how many colors or color changes there are. And it even shows you when you need to cut. So this would be a placement stitch, tack down stitch, and a cut. That you would cut your fabric around your fabric. So it's really helpful in selecting your stitches and understanding how they're going to stitch out. So there's some really beautiful designs in here. Just about every type of technique that you can try is included in the machine. So there's cut work embroidery. As I said, there's machine applique. There's freestanding. There are quilt designs. So really take a good look at this, and this is a good resource if you want to learn a new type of stitch. This is a good way to learn about it or to find one to try. I have decided today to use the 360 by 260 hoop because I'm going to be doing some resizing and so on. But when you select a design, the machine is going to bring it in with the smallest hoop available for that design. And normally you want to use a smaller hoop that's closer to your design size. So I need to select the hoop that I'm going to use. So I'm going to touch hoop options down here and select the Creative Supreme hoop, which is this 360 by 260 hoop. Then I'm going to touch that again to minimize it. Okay, so I am going to select my design now. And our selection menu is over here. The butterfly is the built-in embroidery designs. The large letter A is the built-in fonts. You can also bring stitches from sewing into the embroidery module of this machine. The cloud down here is our MySewNet connection, so you can touch that and bring up any designs from MySewNet that you've saved in your collection, or if you have the MySewNet library, you can access those designs too. For right now, well, I do want to show you one more thing. We've also got the menu up here, which when I touch it, shows you the different designs that are available. We're going to select flowers and leaves, and you can actually see small pictures of them. And I'm going to select stitch number, or design number. I'm still thinking sewing. We're going to select design number 94 here, so I'm going to touch and hold that and bring it onto the screen. So one of the things that you can do here is you can actually, we're in embroidery edit mode, which you can see at the top of the screen. If you get lost, this is a really good place to look because it will tell you where you are and what function you're using. Sometimes as we touch screens, we can kind of get lost. So I found that that's a really helpful feature. Right now I'm going to touch the edit button down here at the bottom of the screen. And there are some things that we can do here to edit the design. One of them is, if you'll watch, I'm going to use the mirror image side to side. And this image, because it's not the same on both sides, you can see what happens when I mirror image it. It flips back and forth. Now we've also got mirror image up and down, so I'm going to touch that. And now the big flowers at the top and the smaller flowers at the bottom. If I touch it again, the bigger flowers go to the bottom, And the bigger flower goes to the bottom and the smaller flowers go to the top. Another feature that we can use here on the edit screen, and I'm going to get my soft stylus out because I can tell my fingers are dry because they're not reacting, or the screen's not reacting very well to my touch. So I'm going to touch this little icon right here. It's a circle, partial circle with an arrow. That is our rotate icon, and I'm just going to touch the center of the circle here, and when I do that, it rotates the design 90 degrees. So every time I touch it, it rotates it another 90 degrees, and then I'm right back where I started. Now, in addition to that, we've also got arrows active here, and so if I touch the arrows on the side, I can actually rotate it by smaller increments that way. And then there's one more way to do it. I'm going to minimize the edit screen for a minute. And there's an icon right up here that if I touch and hold that, I can rotate the design around on the screen with that icon. So there are several options, and they're there for you to use whichever one works the best for you.